Hello my friends, it's another wonderful day in the Philippines. Hey, in this video I'm going to bring you a house. It's a 4-bedroom, 4-bath with an office, storage, couple kitchens, outdoor kitchen, laundry, off-street parking. It's kind of a townhouse. It's beautiful, doesn't take a lot of rehab. Anyway, stay tuned because you'll be able to also afford this house on your average Social Security income. So if you watch to the end, keep watching. I assure you, I will show you, I will tell you how you can afford this house on your Social Security income. Anyway, stay tuned. Let me know what you think. All right, my friends, as you can probably already see, this is a lot different than the usual house that I bring to you. One of the first things you'll notice is it needs some plants. This is a separate unit. There's the air conditioning hole there. This garage could hold a large limousine, a couple of cars, car and a truck, a couple of small trucks, and it's covered. I'm not sure what that was originally, but that's the garage. A little hole in the wall there is for air conditioning. I wouldn't call this a bedroom right off the chute. I mean, I'm thinking it might be more like an office or something. You know, if you had a small business, you're a digital nomad, you have some help, maybe you have a live-in maid. Anyway, here is the first bathroom. It's a full bath, shower. Tiles are nice. Just needs a shower curtain. Now, this is the first room. I'm not sure I'd call it a bedroom because I don't see a closet in it, but it could be an office. I think I might replace the floor or the wallpaper, one or the other. It's just not my style. There is another air conditioner hole. Not sure what this room is. Looks like it had some big French doors on it or something like that. I'm not sure what this is. This looks like a kitchen of sorts. Just not really sure. Could be a washroom. I just didn't see any washer or dryer hookups. But anyway, here we are coming into the main courtyard area, and the brickwork is nicely done. Got some plants in there. I think there's a waterfall over there. It's the main door. And here's another little courtyard. It appears this would probably be an outdoor kitchen, but I'm not really sure. Nice little courtyard here, maybe with a barbecue. Anyway, could this be an outdoor kitchen? It looks like maybe a burner there on the end or a sink or a laundry room. Again, I just don't see any hookups. Could be anything you want it to be, I guess. Another look at the courtyard. And it could be a waterfall over there, I think. Not sure. But here's the entryway, a very large door coming in. This is the living room area. It's very large, paneling all the way around. It's got some large chandeliers. Out the back here is a little courtyard. And right here, you can barely see through here, is a little area where you have a table and chairs, that kind of thing. Might be coffee in the morning, tea in the afternoon, staying out of the sun in the courtyard. And this is the dining area. So you have the living room, and then you'd have the dining area there with a kitchen door off to the left. And here is the second bathroom. It's a full bathroom also. It's a nice sink. It just needs like a shower curtain in here. This house was designed and owned by an architect until just recently, when it recently just sold. There's a hallway. Now here would be the first bedroom if the room outside were like, say, an office or storage and something like that. Window to the outside. We have the built-in closets. There's another look to the outside. Courtyard again. And this bedroom here would be the second bedroom. It's got all the built-ins, closets, another window, etc. Can lights in the ceiling. Then next to it, we have another full bath with a shower. So there's the, turn on the light here, there you go. And the nice sink. Again, doesn't really need anything. Here is the third bedroom. I believe this would be a woman's bedroom. There's a light. It has a vanity in it, and the closet's built in on either side. And when you look out back, you can see a nice patio area. Now behind the patio area it's a large area. It's got some concrete that fell over, that kind of thing. I think I would build a bamboo wall across the back and a barbecue and that kind of thing back there. That's all I would do. And this place, I'd guess electrical somewhere around $150, $175 a month, which is about triple, almost quadruple what mine is, but depends on how you manage that. Anyway, here we are coming to the outside. As you can see, the landscape, a large tree has fallen over. Probably one of the last large storms that we had. I've had two trees at my place look like that one. They grow so fast, but then they blow over easy. It doesn't have to be that big a storm. You just need to make sure those trees are cut back for a while. So it really hasn't been maintained, but I think what I would do is just put a big bamboo wall from side to side in the back and leave the rest back there and build something nice and new in front. You know, with all the landscaping, depending on how plush you make it, probably $20, $25 a month is what you use in water. That's probably about 4 times the average. Okay, so let's go inside and see the master bedroom, walk-in closet, and bathroom. All right, let's take a look at the walk-in closet and bathroom first. Now, this first area here to the right, like for shoes, purses, all kinds of things in these cabinets and shelves. And then to the left is the hanging closet, and here is the shower. Also, you got the sink and so on. Now, let's go back out here. Now, this is a very large bedroom. I don't know why, but my camera just makes it seem kind of small. It's not small. It's pretty darn good size. Now, the rent here is on this house is $350 a month. If you have electrical, let's say $150. Another $50 for your cable and internet. And gas for cooking is no more than $10. And when you add it all up and you round it up even higher, that comes out about $600. The average Social Security retirement is $1,920 a month and $1,500 for disability. Now that would make your housing expenses about 33%, something in there, which is pretty much exactly what is expected in America. Then just add $250 to $300 a month for food. Anyway, let's go take a look at the kitchen. So here is the kitchen with an island, nice shelving and that type of thing. Here is a built-in space for a refrigerator. Also bring your own stove top right in there. Plenty of counter space, shelving. Looks perfect to me. My doctor's office and the gyms next to that. Across the street is a pharmacy. Now every night, probably around 5 o'clock, all the way through here, all the way that you're going to be on this little trip, there is street food everywhere. People are out and about all along the streets here. Down on the left is where I get my hair cut, get my beard trimmed. Right there on the left is a hardware store. They sell pet food right there. Coming up here on the right is where you would pick up the jeepney to SM Clark, right up in there. There's a nice little chicken place, and right there's my pharmacy. Right here in the next few blocks is the downtown area of Porac. Right in here is where I made that video where there was 7 different places to pick up money if you send it to yourself through Remitly or Wise. Now getting back to the budget, if you took everything that I put out there and you add it all up, it's around $600 a month. If you want to add food to that, you'd be about $850 a month. About $50 a month for tourist visa, which is what I have. That's going to bring you to $900, and that would be your basic budget. Now, if you smoke or drink regularly, you could add that on top with insurance or with savings. You can see what your budget would be and then how much net spendable you would have on top of that left over. Now, the reason I use a basic budget is because that is what it would cost anybody. When I say anybody, I mean for that house. Because people say, oh, well, you're not living if you don't spend a certain amount of money. Well, you know, everybody is living is differently. Some can't live without a massage once a week, or some people smoke 2 packs of cigarettes a day. They got to have a vintage bottle of wine every day. That's going to be the difference between a basic budget for one person and what I call a lifestyle budget. Now, I've seen a lot of the vloggers mention that if you can't live on $600 a month, which I do. And that's generally because they have $3 coffee drinks that they have every other day. They have to have a massage once a week. There's just so many differences of lifestyle. And it's just a different way of putting your budget out there. I put my budget out there in 2 ways, as a basic, and then everybody gets to add on top of that. It's generic. It works for everyone. Example, a lot of people include how much money they give to their girlfriend or to their girlfriend's family or all these other things, which not everybody has. So why include that in your budget? I mean, I don't include fixing up my house costs or traveling as much as I do in my budget because most people aren't going to be spending that much money fixing up a house or traveling. So unless you live exactly as I do, if I added all that into my budget would be absolutely irrelevant. But when you put into a budget the rent, internet, which is going to be the same for everybody who rents or has internet in that house. So taking all those fixed expenses, you add those up, that is a basic budget. It's a basic budget no matter who you are. The house isn't going to be any cheaper just because you make less money. Your internet's not going to be any different because you make more money. It's going to be the same. When you hear vloggers talking about 2 to 3 to 4,000 a month or don't even bother coming here, you have to consider the source. You have to look at their lifestyle and what's included in their budget. So if you're hearing that, don't get discouraged. They're being honest with you. They're telling you what they have in their lifestyle, in their budget, but you may not need all of the same things that they need in order to have a happy lifestyle here. It's quite a house, huh? Anyway, my next video, I wanted to get this in there to use it as an example on my next video as far as budgeting, lifestyle, and financial freedom here in the Philippines. So stay tuned. It's coming quickly. Let me know what you think.